me and Lou are the ones that kind of, let's say, recruited or found Chuck. Obviously, he was very strong at the time. You've seen the potential, but Lou was going to judge a powerlifting meet at the, is it Hilltop Y?
Yep, Hilltop
Y, right? Was that right, Chuck?
Yeah, Hilltop Y.
And so he goes, hey, I got to judge this powerlifting meet at Hilltop Y. He asked me to come. You want to come and judge too? I said, sure. So I went. And then, I said, okay, lifters, kind of like a local event, and then Chuck came on. I was like, I think of Lou. And he's like, open it, let's go talk to him. So then we talked, and then he came to the gym and stuff too. It was kind of neat though,
Did you always, did you start powerlifting or did you play sports before you got into it?
Just football in high school. That was it.
You're pretty strong back then too, though. I think before you became it,
Yeah. I was actually, I'd say powerlifting without actually going to meets or doing anything like that. I kind of, from a distance, I was like power, like strength. So I was kind of doing it anyways. But the actual time that I had met you guys,
that
was a bench press meet. Yeah, that was a bench press meet. Yeah, it was only a bench press meet. And the following weekend was going to be my first powerlifting meet.
Yeah.
And they had talked to me and told me, well, after this powerlifting meet next weekend, I said, just come on over. So I went to that powerlifting meet. It was a Division II powerlifting meet. Went to that, done that, and then come back over there, and that was my introduction to all these guys. But I went in maybe even 6 months prior to that over there to your guys' gym over in Louie. Yeah, I went with another guy.
Was it at
the time.
The bricks or whatever?
No, it was over there in the garage.
Oh, at Larkin?
Yeah, I went in there and watched all you guys lifting, and then we left. And from that point on, I was like, man, I'd love to lift there. And when I seen you guys, I was like, here's my chance, you know what I mean? So everything played in just the way I wanted it.
Hey, how cool was it though? I remember looking at the guys in the garage, when I first got there.
Everybody was huge. Everybody was huge.
But the intensity and the toughness was something you felt.
Yeah, and Louie's presence in general, because you heard I was from the west side of Columbus also, so as I was growing up, you always heard about Louie Simmons in the garage, you know what I mean, these big guys in the garage. And every once in a while, they'd be around town. My sister actually worked at Ground Round and served
we used to go to
Louie.
Ground Round all the time,
and served,
every Friday night.
Yeah, served Louie and those guys. And she'd always tell me about him. And at that point, you know what I mean, I always kind of wanted to get with it. And then when their gym opened up, the following weekend is when I took off over there. And that's when I met Dominic, and him and I started about the exact same time or whatever.
Well, same week, ironically enough. Yeah, it was, and I knew Chuck because I used to play tackle football with these guys at Hardesty Village, and Chuck would sometimes come and join, and he was just always like this thick, barrel-chested kid. Back then, as we're talking high school, I mean, no one looked like that in high school because no one trained, obviously knowing how obsessed he is, that he was thick back then. And so I knew Chuck, but I didn't know Chuck. I knew who he was, and you knew that he was a tough dude, but, you didn't know him. But then